140 acres, nestled in the undulating hills of Union County, shadowed by pine trees, Moffett Lake is peaceful, serene, and secluded. But much like the footprints in a fresh foot of snow, some things leave a trail. Through a series of records requests,
District 1.
Eyewitness News has attempted to follow the paper trail leading to how and why the Union County Fiscal Court and Judge Executive Jody Jenkins purchased equipment that had been reported stolen. Records show the county purchased 6 pieces of equipment from a man named Jason Habermel, who operated under a fictitious business name. The transaction spanned 6 months, totaling more than $100,000. But on New Year's Eve, that equipment was seized by law enforcement. Detectives believe the equipment was tied to a $1.5 million theft ring out of Vanderbilt County, and Thomas Elpers and his son Andrew were the alleged kingpins. Our investigation uncovered records that show the county purchased each piece of equipment for under $20,000. Kentucky's model procurement laws require anything above that $20,000 threshold to be publicly bid out by the fiscal court.
You look at something, 2 other things that are comparable in shape and model, year, that sort of thing, and wasn't anything out of the ordinary.
But our investigation has shown this equipment bought for under $20,000 commonly fetches $40,000, $50,000, even $60,000 on the open market. According to the leading equipment trading sites, the fiscal court bought most of the equipment for significantly less than market value. But that's not all. The serial numbers, police say, were either missing or had been clearly altered. That includes this one, the county's Case CX50B compact track loader, whose serial number is indiscernible. The equipment should have been thoroughly inspected by County Engineer Von Berklow, but it's unclear if that actually happened. So we tried calling and making in-person visits to find out.
Checking to see if Mr. Berklow was in.
However,
No?
He was always unavailable.
No, he just said he had one hung up and he had to go.
And our calls were never returned. Additionally, new records obtained by Eyewitness News show the fiscal court approved a voucher to Habermel described as a 2013 Caterpillar tooth bucket reimbursement. Law enforcement sources say that piece of equipment already came with a tooth bucket, a device that attaches to the front of the machine. Jenkins hand-wrote a check to Habermel for $3,700 from the Union County Economic Development Foundation, a nonprofit in which Jenkins serves as a director. A week later, records show the county reimbursed the nonprofit for the full amount. Union County Judge Executive Jody Jenkins has maintained that the fiscal court bought the equipment in good faith and knew nothing about it being reported stolen.
Oh, no, it was purchased in good faith. No, it wasn't anything like that.
But additional records obtained by Eyewitness News cast further doubt on that assertion. According to law enforcement sources, the Elpers and Habermel knew each other through business dealings when Habermel was employed by Garzo Tire in Terre Haute. According to his LinkedIn profile, Habermel worked at Garzo Tire from August 2013 through December 2014. In February 2014, Union County started doing business with Garzo Tire. Their sales rep, none other than Jason Habermel. Records show the county's business relationship with Garzo Tire started almost to the day that reportedly stolen equipment started being bought by the Union County Fiscal Court. The Elpers, Habermel, and Union County government appear to be connected through Garzo Tire. Law enforcement sources say Garzo Tire itself has not been implicated of any wrongdoing. Also, Union County sources report seeing Thomas Elpers at the road department on numerous occasions. Eyewitness News has repeatedly attempted to reach Jenkins for comment.
Hey, Jody, how are you? Good. Happy to see you.
And in early February, he agreed to answer our questions.
Yeah, I got an email yesterday. Do you have a few minutes where you can ask you a couple questions?
I'm just going to let you
But he was chauffeured away by County Attorney Bruce E. Moore and never left his office.
Why can't we talk to him about it?
I've just said because it's an ongoing investigation and the detectives are here and you should talk to them. And that's their case. And that's who I've told Detective Hands that we would refer media to Detective Hands, who is here. And please speak to him if you like.
All right, thank you.
At the next fiscal court meeting 2 weeks later, we again confronted Jenkins, but again our questions went unanswered.
As far as your constituents are concerned, I mean, I would assume that many of them are concerned that, the county's out $100,000 at this point, for this equipment that has now been seized.
I've cooperated with everything, been asked to do, so, I don't have any comment other than that.
Throughout the controversy, most of the questions have centered around how the county government could buy reportedly stolen equipment. But new information also raises questions of how the equipment was used and by whom.
We weren't using it per se. We have a reciprocal agreement with the cities here and within the county. If we have equipment that is useful to them and we're not using it, they use it. So it was being used off-site, and we, as far as our road crew hadn't used it, I don't guess. It had been used in some of the smaller cities that needed some ditch work, things like that done.
On the day the detectives came to seize the equipment, law enforcement sources say none of it was at the road department. Those sources say some of the equipment, apparently being used at Moffett Lake, was returned by private citizens, not employees of the county or employees of neighboring cities. Law enforcement and Union County sources believe this county-bought equipment was used by private individuals, including Steve Eccles, who owns E&E Services, considered by many to be one of Jenkins's closest friends. The day of the raid, sources say it was Eccles who personally returned 2 pieces of equipment. According to documents obtained by Eyewitness News, Eccles' business, E&E Services, was involved in a number of lucrative county jobs. Between January 2013 and August 2014, E&E Services took home more than $200,000 for work on county cemeteries, the Uniontown Ballpark, and Moffett Lake. Records show none of this work was bid out by the fiscal court because no voucher, not a single one, exceeded $20,000. According to this voucher dated October 15th, E&E Services began cleaning out Moffett Lake on October 7th through the 13th, billing the county for $6,885. An October 18th voucher shows the renovations continued on October 14th and 15th. That bill was more than $2,700. A voucher dated October 30th shows the excavation work continued from the 16th to the 19th at a price tag of $6,660. And then another voucher dated December 13th was for the excavation work done 2 months prior, October 21st through the 24th. The vouchers appear to be all related to the same project completed during a continuous stretch in mid-October. But instead of being included all in one voucher, it is broken into 4 separate ones. When you combine the 4 vouchers, it exceeds $20,000. A state spokesperson tells Eyewitness News that generally, splitting up a single project to ensure it's under $20,000 is most likely illegal. But additional records suggest it would happen again the following year at the same location, involving the same business, E&E Services. Records show E&E Services began working on the water and electric lines at Moffett Lake. According to the first voucher, the work started on March 23, 2014 and continued through the end of June. The project appears on voucher after voucher after voucher, 7 of them in total. The combined cost of all these vouchers, $37,235. At this place of scenic splendor, a shadow hangs overhead. A trail of fresh footprints can be found at Moffett Lake, and those prints, like paper, all lead somewhere. Habermehl, Eccles, and Von Berklow declined to comment on this story. Officials from the FBI said they too cannot comment on an ongoing federal investigation. However, they urge anyone with information on this case to contact them at 812-434-8262. We'll stay on top of this story. Jordan Vandenberg, Eyewitness News.